everyone. In previous lecture we have discussed about meter bridge, construction of meter bridge, principle of meter bridge, limitation of meter bridge, application and disadvantages of meter bridge. In today's lecture we are going to discuss about potentiometer, principle of potentiometer and different types of potentiometer, advantage and disadvantages of potentiometer. Introduction to potentiometer. Potentiometer is a resistor which is commonly referred as pot. It is a three-terminal device. One terminal is a varying one and other two terminals are a fixed one. It is used to measure an unknown voltage value by comparing with a known voltage or by comparing with the cell or other supply voltage. Potentiometer is used to measure an electromotive force. Potential difference is the amount of work done in bringing a charge from one point to another point. When there is a potential difference in a circuit, the current starts flowing through the circuit. The unit of potentiometer is measured in volt. The potential difference can be measured by an instrument voltmeter. Next we are going to discuss the definition for potentiometer. Potentiometer is an instrument that is used to determine the potential or voltage between the 2 points by performing a comparison between the known voltage values. In another way, we can define a potentiometer. The potentiometer is an electric instrument that is used to measure an electromotive force of a given cell or by a cell internal resistance. It is also used to compare different cell EMF values. It is also used as a variable resistor in many applications. Next we are going to discuss components used in potentiometer. Some of the components are used in potentiometers are given below: galvanometer, ammeter, jockey, wire, rheostat. Galvanometer. Galvanometer is a device used to measure the presence of small values of current and voltage for measuring their magnitude. Ammeter. It is an electronic device or an instrument used to measure an electric current flow through an electric circuit. Jockey. This is a pointed metal contact which provide an exact contact of wire of potentiometer and Wheatstone bridge. Next we are going to discuss wire. Generally, an alloy of manganese or tungsten are used in a potentiometer wire because they possess very high specific resistance and low temperature coefficient. Next we are going to see rheostat. Rheostat is a variable resistor that is used to control a current in a circuit. These are a variable resistor and it can be applied in many devices. Next we are going to discuss different types of potentiometer. There are three main kind of potentiometer. First one, rotary potentiometer. Second one, linear potentiometer. Third one, digital potentiometer. First we are going to discuss rotary potentiometer. In rotary type potentiometer are mainly used for adjusting a supply voltage to be a part of electrical circuit and electronic circuit. Here wiper moves along a circular path. The potentiometer are used to adjust the voltage level to the fraction of circuit. The best example for rotatory potentiometer is radio transistor voltage controller, where rotating knob is used to control the supply current towards the amplifier. Here the potentiometers are mainly used for level voltage controller where it is necessary. Next we are going to discuss linear potentiometer. In this type of potentiometer, the wiper is moved along a linear path. It is also known as slide path, slider or fader. In this type of potentiometer is similar to rotary type potentiometer, but in this type of potentiometer the slider slides on a resistor linear motion. The connection between the two terminals is across the voltage source. This kind of potentiometer is mainly used to calculate a voltage value in the circuit. Next we are going to discuss digital potentiometer. Digital potentiometer is also called as digpot or variable resistor, which is used to control an analog signal using microcontroller. This type of potentiometer gives an output resistance that is changeable with respect to digital input. Sometimes it is also called as RDAC, that is resistive to digital analog converter. The control of digital digpot can be done by using digital signal rather than mechanical movement. Next we are going to discuss construction of potentiometer. The construction of potentiometer are categorized into two parts. They are sliding part and non-sliding part. The sliding part of a potentiometer is called as wiper. The motion of sliding contact is either translatory motion or rotational. Some type of potentiometer uses both translation as well as rotatory motion. Such type of potentiometer uses a resistor in a form of helix. They are called as helipods. The potentiometer has a 3 terminal. The 2 terminals are connected to resistor and the third terminal is connected to wiper, which is moving along with the wire. Because of this moving wire, the variable potential is tapped off. The third terminal of a potentiometer is used for variable resistor. The potential difference across the third terminal is used mainly for the change in potential across the end of resistor. The body of potentiometer is made up of resistive material and wire wounded on it. Next we are going to discuss working principle of potentiometer. Working principle of potentiometer consists of long resistive wire L and a known voltage of battery with an EMF V and whose voltage is driven by a cell voltage. Assume a primary circuit arrangement is connected between the two cells of length L to a battery terminal B. Assume primary circuit is connected to a cell whose EMF E can be measured and another end of a terminal is connected to galvanometer G. The circuit is assumed to be a secondary circuit of potentiometer. The working principle of potentiometer depends upon the potential across a wire is directly proportional to length of the wire that has a uniform area of cross section A and a constant current flow. The following derivation are used to explain the potentiometer working principle. As we know, Ohm's law, that is V is equal to IR, where V is equal to voltage, I is equal to current, R is equal to total resistance. We know the formula for resistance, R is equal to rho L divided by A. Substitute this equation in Ohm's law equation as we get V is equal to I into rho L divided by A, where rho is equal to resistivity, A is equal to area of cross section. With respect to this, rho and A are constant and I also constant for a rheostat. The galvanometer G is said to be a null deflection. Then the potential difference is equal to 0. So no current will flow through an electric circuit. So X be the length of a null point. An unknown EMF E can be determined by knowing a value of X and K. The equation can be written rho L by A is equal to K. V is equal to KL. E is equal to rho L X divided by A is equal to Kx, where X is equal to length of a potentiometer wire, E is equal to EMF of a lower cell, K is equal to constant. Since EMF has a 2 cell, let L1 be a null point length of a first cell with an EMF E1 and let L2 be a null point length in the second cell with an EMF of E2. The final equation can be written as E1 divided by E2 is equal to L1 divided by L2. Next we are going to discuss characteristics of potentiometer. The following are an important characteristics of potentiometer. Potentiometers are very accurate because it works on the principle of comparative method other than deflecting pointer method. It helps to determine the unknown voltage value. It measures a null point or a balancing point because it does not require any power for a measurement. The working principle of potentiometer is used to determine the potential value. The potentiometer is free and free from source resistance when no current flow through the potentiometer at a balancing point. Next we are going to see advantages of potentiometer. It is a low cost instrument. The digital potentiometers are more accurate than analog one. The usage of digital potentiometer is increasing day by day. It can be operated easily because the potentiometer is used to measure the value of voltage. Next we are going to discuss disadvantages of potentiometer. Potentiometer are slower in operation so that the performance of accuracy will be very less. It is inconvenient to use. The area of cross section of a potentiometer wire must be uniform but is impossible to achieve. If we use a linear potentiometer, then you must apply large amount of force to move a sliding contact. We have come to the end of a section. I hope you all understood today's lecture, potentiometer, different types of potentiometer, working principle of potentiometer, construction of potentiometer, characteristics, advantage, disadvantage and application of potentiometer. In upcoming lecture, we are going to discuss comparison of two EMF of a cell, measuring an internal resistance of a cell. Thank you.